for you. So much money.
What's up there, taters? How are you all doing today? Hold on. Oh, I don't know what's going on with hold on. I'm coming. Why does it do this? YouTube has been on a different mission lately, guys, and I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, oh, these bins are getting down to my nerves. So we're gonna have a good show today. Hold on a second. Let me just go back in here. I'm trying to normally when I okay, hold on a second. Hold on. There we go. All right, let's see if it'll work for me this time. So now, normally, please. It stopped doing it. It stopped doing it. Okay, I give up. I give up. Hold on a second. Let me see. Is it still monetized? Uh-oh. Did it get demonetized? No, it's still monetized. Okay. All right. Okay. No, I got regular water today. No tree soda today. I just got regular water. Okay. So, um, what's up, everybody? This is Tree. Welcome to the Tree Show, the podcast I didn't ask for, but I got it anyway, which is an extra special thing for you. Oh, that's so good. By the way, still interviewing developers and web developers and programmers. Come across some very good people. So if you would like to apply, please do so. Okay. The link is not available below this video, but I should do it after this video, after this live stream is up and running. And I will probably, well, if you go to my website, treeoflogic.com, you should always go to that. You should bookmark that site. You should bookmark that site. Okay, you should bookmark it, and then you go to the front page and you'll see where it says now hiring. Okay. So, where's my chat at? There go my chat. Hey, chat. What's up? You drinking tea soda? Frankie fan? Oh, man. So, we're going to talk about the YouTube thing. As a matter of fact, I have that as that. I had that. What's that unique, Laura? I should have, you know what I should have you up here because you. Unique Laura watched the entire thing. I'm gonna just, we're gonna talk about the YouTube news, and then we're gonna move on over to Kyle, and then I'm gonna read your super chats. If you like to sponsor today's show, you can do so three ways. One, through Streamlabs. Now, don't think that this is not like my Treehouse news. If you make a comment through Stream Labs, it will not show up until I get to that part of the show. So I will break the show and I will read all of the super chats. So I'll say like right now it's about 8:15. Okay. And so in 45 minutes I'm gonna read everyone's super chats and everyone's Streamlabs. So, and well, I'll play your Streamlab. So if you make a Streamlab, I will play it. And then I will, and if you make a super chat comment, I will also comment. And unlike last week's shows, I'll put you all as sponsors of today's show. So Streamlab is preferable, number one. Super chat is number two. And number three is just by watching and sharing the show, sharing the link, participating in it. So you actually showing up on my live stream does help support the show. Okay, please know that. All right. So, all right, let's get down to it because we got a lot to talk about. I'm not even really going to take any commercial breaks here. I want to talk about, first of all, YouTube. Now, it feels like I got to sneeze, but I don't think I have to. Okay, here we go. So, YouTube, here's the thing. I don't know. YouTube said that they were going to do this a long time ago. All right. They said it was gonna. This is like, I'm like, well, I thought you guys was gonna do that anyway. Like I remember them saying, "Hey, we're gonna get rid of the dislike. We're gonna hide the dislike." You know what I'm saying? And only you would get a chance to see it. So I'm like, did they change their mind? And then after they start seeing. When you go to whitehouse.gov on YouTube, you see nothing but downvotes, 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 downvotes. See, this is how you can always tell. When anybody want to sit up here and tell me that the left does not control these big platforms, this is the reason why. This is the reason why. This is nothing but a lefty save my Fifi tactic. No, don't show me how much, don't tell me how much I dislike it. I don't want to see people not like it. This is to save Hollywood. Because when they come out with these, when they blackwash or woman wash a character and people not buying it, they don't want you to thumb just down the trailer. This is also to protect the woke side of YouTube, so the mass people don't see how much they don't like their dog takes, and it also is to protect President Biden. Because if you go to whitehouse.gov, as a matter of fact, let's go there right now. Hold on, I'm gonna go over there to my offline account right now. Let's go to the whitehouse.gov. Let me see. White House YouTube channel. Okay. Let's
I know.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm over here looking at this. This is so crazy, dude. This is so crazy. Okay, hold on a second. Look at this. So, you don't have the rate. I don't have the ratings plugged in on this one. Okay, ready? Let's see. I'm so sorry. Blasphemy. President Biden delivers remarks on a bipartisan infrastructure. Let's see. How does that look? Holy smokes! See, this is why. Hold on. Wait a minute. I had to click that thing 3 times for it to take. So this is the reason why right here. Let's go to an older video. Let's see which one. Let's see. Let's go to a what is Copa 26? Well, I'm just curious. Ooh, that's worse. Okay. Let's go to see. Resident delivers remarks on Build Back Better. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Now, what this is that this has never been the case when Trump was in office. Y'all do know this, right? When Trump was in office, we didn't have to have we got to get rid of the downvote because it's going to hurt the fifis and the people on the left. This is why you have to understand that you are what you associate yourself with. I could not be associated and surround myself with people like commies and these libtards. So they tell me you got to respect my feelings and words of violence and all, and they redefining definitions and all this other stuff right here. So that's what this is for. It's not to protect people on the right. It's not. Because let me tell you something. Twitch is strictly commie central. If you're even a liberal, if you are liberal, okay, if you are liberal, like Destiny is nothing but a liberal, and they constantly banning him off the platform. So even if you are a liberal, you're not safer. You have to be a straight up hammer and sickle commie, or what they call a progressive. So let's see is there a video for this? YouTube. Okay, let's see what they're saying. An update to the dislike on YouTube. There's a video. Let's see I haven't seen the video, so let's watch the video. Let's see what they're saying.
YouTube announced it. Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making...
I thought so! I knew I wasn't going crazy! I was like, wait a minute! You guys said you was going to do this a while back. Why did you change your mind? Okay. All right. Whew. I told you I have a very, very good long memory. I may forget your names and I may forget a name, but I don't forget a situation. All right. So now we understand that was a thing. So let's see why they didn't do it.
A while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not, if it's a helpful tutorial or not, or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not. But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator,
Oh,
and you may not
Lord.
have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for.
That has always been the case. Since the birth of YouTube, what are you talking about? Since the birth of YouTube, that has always been the case. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. Oh, so since your side want to control the narrative and everybody is turning against you because the culture is changing, by the way. I don't know if you all have noticed this. The culture has been changing. People are starting to wake up to see how crazy the left is. And they're really crazy. But going after content creators, who was the first? I'm trying to think. Who was the first content creator? I'm trying to go way back. I can't remember. But I'm going to have to share this story with you guys, okay? Many of you, because this is the only time I can remember this. This is the only time I can remember people attacking someone for their views and not for what they're really saying. This was a long time ago. Should I even share this? Yeah, I'll share the story. There's a content creator named Atheism is Unstoppable, also known as AIU, also known as Devin Tracy. I was a fan of him, and I was a fan of The Amazing Atheist. And long time ago, Atheism is Unstoppable made a comment that, well, blacks are more, he said this, I don't know if he said this, he must have made a comment, and TJ, the Amazing Atheist, along with the podcast they were watching, I think it was the Drunken Podcast, okay, were watching this, and AIU said something to the fact that, well, black people are, even though they're 13% of the population, they create over 50% of the murders. Which is true. Now, you're not supposed to say that if you're a liberal. And I remember they clowned him, and the Drunken Podcast and Atheism is the Drunken Podcast and The Amazing Atheist was huge back then. Okay, and he sent his followers to go mass downvote all of AIU's videos. And being that I know that those statistics are correct, I unsub, but I was one of the very few. I knew that what AIU was saying was true. And so I unsubbed from Amazing Atheist, and every video, even though it was in vain, every video that AIU would upload, I would give it a thumbs up. But my thumbs up was nothing compared to Amazing Atheist Army. Jacqueline Glenn went at mainly most of the atheism community came after AIU for saying facts. And I was really shocked by it. And I think that's when I think it was during that time I started to break away from that clan, because I was like, these people, I could tolerate liberals, but at that time I was like, this is crazy. You mean to tell me you're going to, so they called him racist, white supreme pieces, all kinds of crazy stuff as a punishment. But this was the norm. Did I like it? No. But it was part of it's still part of the YouTube culture till this day. Did I say the drunken peasants, right? I said it wrong? Okay, yeah, the drunken peasants, and they hated that he said facts because, oh, you can't hurt the black folks. And that's the thing, and it's amazing. I was a devoted follower of AIUs, and it was because of that, because I was with him through thick and thin when the whole entire atheism community just went against him like that, just because he talked about some facts. Okay. It could be the facts that hurt your feelings, but they were facts. Anyway, long story short, several years from then, they had to apologize. But what I'm saying is this was part of the culture. If you said something that hurt someone's feelings, or if you said something they didn't like, or if your views are really dog caca, then you got the downvote button. That's part of the community. I've been a victim of it. If you get a YouTube channel, and unless you say something that's teetering on the fence like Tipple, you're going to get mass downvoted, especially if you're part of a team. If your team left, then you can't talk against like a AIU. If you are a liberal, he is a liberal, you can't say nothing against black people. And if you're on the right, well, you can't say nothing against Donald Trump. So you understand, if you color outside the lines, they will come and get you. And this is the norm on YouTube. So I don't understand what he's talking about. This was a normal thing.
That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
Shut up.
So earlier in
I need to fix
2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction. So the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations, but you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want. Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching?
True.
Again, I kind of had this question too, but it turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership, regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not, they still watched.
He's lying. I'm going to tell y'all something. When was it? Y'all want to hear something? Y'all ready for this? To this day, as of November the 10th, 2021, I have not seen the trailer to the all-women Ghostbusters. I have not seen that trailer. I have not seen any of those trailers. None. You know why? Because they were downvoted. Because people was trashing it. I said, well, I'm not going to waste my time. But it still should be able to show people, hey, this is a bad place. And also, if you hide the dislike button, it just shows that your views are bad.
Next common question. If creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different? They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to...
Nobody goes into that. So you mean to tell me you're even hiding it from the YouTube creators? Oh, this is rich. Oh my God. Welcome to the nanny state, ladies and gentlemen.
Cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public. And one more common question, is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes?
No.
No. Although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes. Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed and feel safe in doing so.
There go that word, safe. Safe. We gotta make you feel safe. I don't want to hear no more. Let's talk about Kyle. I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more. Okay. Guys, let's see. Hold on a second. Uh-oh. I'm trying to fix my name. Where my name at? Say my name. Say my name. All right. So I need to look at my chat as I talk to you all because I'm going to interact. This is what I love. Hi, chat. How you doing, boo-boos? I'm going to pop you guys out so I can... You down here too, but I like to look at you over here. So chat, I'm sorry. Look at Anna. Hey, girl, what's up? How you doing? What's up, Glenn? Hey, love you too, Claire. Listen, I'm gonna play it, but I'm sorry. I toughened myself up, and I also have a pen to. I have a pen right here in my workout pants when we show Kyle crying. Oh, that got me, dude. Oh. Kyle, I'm sorry. Kyle defense team is trash. Oh, I hate his defense team. Don't get me, but I hate the prosecutor even more. For the type of money that he's paying these people, they don't deserve it. And what is what is so bad is that if I was to pass the LSAT, I would be a better lawyer than them. There's a lot of things they didn't object to, but the crying part is that, first of all, you never let him on the daggone witness stand. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Who thought that was a good, like, and people are like, well, Tree, they let him on there so that he can cry. No. You don't even have to do that. I can see if he was losing. This is a slam dunk case. He's going to be found innocent, okay? You didn't have to pull out all the stops. And the judge was the only person on his team in that courtroom is the judge. The judge got Kyle back. And I'm gonna show you it. I hate that I gotta watch this again, but I gotta show you guys. We haven't gotten to it yet. But Kyle was having an anxiety attack. Kyle has an extreme case of PTSD. You know I know what that looks like. Those of you who are veterans who have served in war, you're gonna see it too. He leaves the courtroom mentally. His eyes just go right there in the scene. He's right there on his butt with his AR. He is no longer in the courtroom. And he's looking around for help. He looks at his dog crap defense team who says nothing. He looks at the judge, and once he looks at the judge, that's when the judge steps in and stops it. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard to watch. Oh, God. And you guys want to be merciful to these evil people? This is why I come for you when I see how weak you are. Telling myself, we need to forgive them. We need to forgive them. And yet still, you got the nerve to complain about rhinos, but you won't hold these daggone YouTubers who still support Black Rifle Coffee. Oh yeah, I'm not getting off that daggone boat anytime soon. What I loved about Kyle is that I saw hope for the future of our country, because I'm sorry, millennials, you guys are trash for the most part. You're done, okay? A lot of you want to LARP like you're still in 70 shit. You ain't nothing but trash talkers. You're just trash talkers. You're done. And I'm looking at Generation Z like Kyle to save our country, to do what your mammy and pappy has done. And I said this before. I said, when people want to try something on society, especially white society, the black people are done first. We're the test dummies first. Kyle is a son of a single mama. But what did she do great that many people in the hood never done? She made sure that even though his biological daddy was not a main thing in his life, she made sure Kyle was around alpha men, powerful men, guiding men. She knew, okay? Unlike these black women, I'm a woman and a man. I can teach my son. No. She knew she could not teach her son how to be a man. So she put Kyle in particular programs. She enrolled him in shooting schools and militia groups. She surrounded him by men to teach him how to be a man. And oh, did he turn out so great. When I look at him, I look at a brave person. I look at someone a little too compassionate for my taste, but still, because it's still who he is. Because I'd be damned if I'm going to provide medical aid to no Black Lives Matter people. Are you serious? There's no way. No way. But he cared about the community he lived in and the community he worked in, cleaning off graffiti, providing medical aid but he hated crime. And you know, I love a young man who hates crime, because I hate crime too. I hate injustice. So you have these grown-ass white boys from Black Rifle Coffee talking about nobody told him to go over there. Nobody told him to do that. Why did he cross state lines? He didn't need to be. He was too young to pick up a gun. I'm sorry. I do believe they had men as young as 14 years old fighting in the Civil War, sneaking in there. I mean, now y'all want it. And the thing about it is that these guys are just jealous. They're jealous because when they were Kyle's age, they were bitch made. That's all that was. So let's go over this. Let's go over the first thing here, where people are trying to dox the jurors, okay? And the judge mentioned something about it. And the reason why, let me turn this off. What is this about? The reason why they're trying to dox the jurors is because there was I think it was an ABC or CBS news reporter who had issued out a statement saying that the juries have checked out. Most of the members of the jury have stopped taking notes. And now they're sitting there in defense stands like this. They are mad. They are mad that this has happened to Kyle. Kyle is going to be set free. Now, I hope that the judge, because there's two motions. I forgot what the other motion is. But one of the motion is to render a verdict of mistrial with prejudice so that he does not get charged again. That I hope that the judge say yes to that. This needs to be over with. This needs to be over and done with. It really does. So you had somebody in there with a camera secretly filming somebody on the left, by the way, secretly filming the jury to dox them, because most of the jurors have just checked out. They're like, this boy ain't no guilty, because every witness that the prosecutor put on the defense every witness that the prosecutor put on the stand end up helping Kyle's case. Thank God, a police, the deputy saw this person secretly filming the juror, and he approached that person and made them delete the footage and give him the phone, and that's exactly what happened. So he got the phone, he deleted it, and now you cannot come in there with a phone anymore. So already these people are trying to play the intimidation factor. And we already had that ugly inner tube lip George Floyd's, was it his nephew or something? Sit up here and make veiled threats. I find it amazing that you all are mad about a white boy shooting two other white boys. And you want to call me the coon? I'm the coon, right? It ain't like Kyle shot two black people. He shot two white people who attacked him, by the way. One is a now P who's in the O and goes into defile. And the other one likes to abuse women. So I'm like, y'all want to sit up here and make veiled threats and send people after a white issue. But I'm the coon. I'm the coon. I'm the coon. So thank goodness the jury isn't doxxed. And good on them for actually taking the case and saying, dude, they ain't gonna do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? People work off your fear. I'm speaking from experience, dude. I'm speaking from experience. If you're not afraid, they are powerless. This idiot right here. We're gonna watch the video. So the judge, before the trial, before they even picked out the jury, this guy wants to bring in evidence of Kyle in a car where he's in his own state and they're watching people loot a store. And Kyle makes some comment about he wish he had his gun or his rifle to protect the store. To protect the store. Why is that a bad thing, guys? And I want y'all to understand something here, right? Please know that the left will do their best to make sure that your son turn out to be worthless. This is the reason why they're promoting this, your pronoun stuff. This is the reason why the LGBT is trying to daggone say, your son can wear a dress. Your son can wear makeup, because they're trying to emasculate your sons. And if they see one who is, please understand if anybody deserves a big trophy, it is Kyle's mother, because she showed, especially to black women, and don't get me wrong, because we got a black tater here, Ness, who has, she has raised two beautiful children, male and female, and they have turned out great. And so I'm not saying that, I'm not downing all black women, just most of them, right? Because I want to show you all that just because you're a single mama, you have to, first of all, humble yourself to understand that you can't teach your male child how to be a man. And so the left is trying to take out these male spaces, these gender specific spaces to target your son. And when I look at Kyle, I see somebody who's an exception to the rule to show you that you can make it, that you don't have to be the victim of your circumstances or your environment. And what happens? You got people on the right. I expect this from the left. On the right. He shouldn't have been out there anyway. Who told him to cross state lines? What was he doing with a rifle? And you still support these YouTubers. You still support them. That's why I don't have no respect for you, a lot of y'all come in here and talk all this stuff like you talk this weak stuff. Anyway, I can go on a rant. Let's just watch this for a second. Let me tell you something. This judge, this judge is on her. Thank God for men like this. Because he's on Kyle's side. He's doing a better job for Kyle than Kyle's defense team, baby. This man, I hope he does issue out a mistrial. But I can see where the judge is coming from. Before we watch this, I can see where he's coming from, right? Let me just tell you why. I think he wants to be hesitant on issuing out a mistrial with prejudice. Because if he does that, right, that gets this bastard off the hook. See, if the jury issues a not guilty verdict, which I believe they will, because if the majority of them have checked out, then that means they already see that Kyle is innocent. But if they issue out a not guilty verdict, his career is done. His career is done. He is done. But, if this judge, who's already painted as a Trump supporter, alt-righter, already white supreme pizza, they've given him all those titles they gave to Trump. If he issues, which I don't care, I still hope he does that, but I can totally understand the predicament he's in. If he issues out a mistrial with prejudice, then that gets him off the hook, and then he's going to be on CNN, he's going to be on MSNBC, he's going to be on a world tour, okay, and he gets to be the victim. Like, yeah, the judge knew that you had the facts, and that he was so prejudiced and biased against you, and that you had no chance, and you knew that he was. They'll totally gaslight the whole situation and misframe it and say the judge knew that you was going to get a guilty verdict, and they're going to hail him a hero. So it is a tough situation. It is a tough situation for this judge to be in, because the judge can be like, I need to put a stop to this young man's suffering. But what does he do? Because if he does it, then this fool becomes a rich celebrity. But if he doesn't, then you're going to have to take the chance on the jury. So do you see the predicament that this judge is in right now? And it's really, so we're going to have to see. What would I want him to do? I don't care. I don't care if this POS become a celebrity. Put it in to Kyle's suffering right now. Mistrial with prejudice. That way, he can never be charged with this fictitious crime again. And then Kyle needs to sue. Get new lawyers, Kyle. Don't you get these old crackerjack lawyers that you got right now. They are crap. First of all, go on a world tour, start speaking, all right? You got a lot of fans who love and adore you, okay? Then you need to sue Kenosha. You need to get that money, baby. Sue them for the pain and suffering, because you're going to have to go through years and years and years and years and years of psychological counseling and therapy. And you know what? I don't even want to hear it anymore. I'm a mute it. Sorry, I'm going to mute me. I'm not listening to it. I don't want to see him go through that anymore. But I'm going to let you go through it, because it's important for you guys to see. It's important for you all to see that this young man is psychologically scarred. And yet you still support people who support others who threw him underneath the bus. You have no right to call anybody a rhino when you won't even hold people who call themselves conservatives accountable for the things that they have done and said. All right, let's look at this.
He knows he can't go into this, and he's asking the questions.
By the way, this is not the Kyle part crying. This is the slimy prosecutor who is trying to undermine the judge by entering that evidence that we were talking about earlier, okay?
I asked the court to strongly admonish him.
And you see the sheriff, by the way. God, them deputy sheriffs are on it. So because the deputy sheriff caught a libtard, a commie, filming the juror, now he's pacing up and down the aisle to make sure it doesn't happen again. So he's watching everybody to make sure nobody's filming and trying to secretly dox the jury.
And the next time it happens, I'll be asking for a mistrial with prejudice. He's an experienced attorney and he knows better.
Mr. Finger?
First of all, Your Honor, this was the subject of a motion. I'm well aware of that. And the court left the door open.
For me, not for you.
My understanding of
You should have come and asked for reconsideration. You did on the one motion, and in fact, I granted your motion for reconsideration.
That was not our motion.
Excuse me. I did. I granted.
We did not move
that
to
was
reconsider.
their motion.
We have not filed
He's
any
so
motions to
angry.
reconsider in this case.
He's
That was their
flustered.
motion for reconsideration, which I denied. But I said I denied it, or I indicated a bias towards denial is what I did. Held it open with a bias towards denial. Why would you think that that made it okay for you, without any advance notice, to bring this matter before the jury? I was astonished when you began your examination by commenting on the defendant's post-arrest silence. That's basic law. It's been basic law in this country for 40 years, 50 years. I have no idea why you would do something like that. And it gives, well, I'll leave it at that. So I don't know what you're up to.
May I respond?
Yes.
We filed an other acts motion on this exact issue because, in my mind, and I argued this, it is identical to what was going on the night of August 25th, in the sense that the defendant was using this exact same weapon. He was using it in a manner to try and protect property.
No, he wasn't.
Your Honor, with all due respect,
I'm not going to rehash the motion. Yeah, that's absolutely untrue. No. Your arguments of record, my comments are of record, and why I ruled as I did is of record. There's nothing that I heard in this trial to suggest anything's changed. Even if you're correct in your assumption that you know more than I did at the time, you should have come to the court and say, I want to go into this. Why you would think that you could go into it without any advance notice to the court, I don't understand that. And as the defense is pointing out, you're an experienced trial lawyer, and this should not have been gone into.
Your Honor, there have been things in this case, testimony in this case, that I believe opens the door to this. For example, the defense has introduced evidence that the defendant pointed a gun at a man wearing yellow pants because that person was on a car on the car source lot. Now, there's no justification that I can think of why the defendant would point that gun at someone. The defendant has just testified this morning that he agreed with that person in the yellow pants, that he pointed the gun at him. He said, I was joking when I said that to the guy in the yellow pants, but he said, he's acknowledged that he told the person in the yellow pants, yeah, you're right. I did point a gun at you when you were sitting on a car.
He said, I did. That's what he
Exactly.
testified.
So he's agreeing. May I finish, please? I'd like to have a chance to make a record, if I could, without being interrupted, if that's okay.
This liberal arrogance, and also, like I said, this is a millennial, by the way. They're done. Listen, guys, if you ever want to get a good lawyer, you better go Gen Z or Boomer. You better go Gen Z. I'm trying to think, who is a good defense lawyer? Or even I can't even think one. We are beyond the days of Johnny Cochran. We are beyond, there's so many, if I really can go back in time and think about good lawyers, I can't think of a good lawyer, because when I think about millennials, I think Michael Avenatti. We saw what happened to him. Oh yeah, Whittaker. Sorry. Thank you, Anna. Matt Whittaker. Okay, Matt Whittaker. Okay, yeah, he's good. Wait a minute, how old is Matt though? Hold on. Matt, hold on. Let me go see how old Matt is, because I think Matt might be on my team. Hold on a second.
He has mentioned that he's acknowledged that he's used this gun to protect property. He's also just acknowledged that he knows he can't do that. I am attempting to impeach him now with the prior August 10th incident, 15 days prior, involving the same gun, where he is threatening to use that gun to protect property.
Sorry, Matt is Generation X. Sorry, you can't have Matt. Matt is on my team. You can't have Matt. Matt is not a millennial. Matt is not a millennial. All right, I just need to go fact check that for a second, okay? Matt is on my team. Okay, he's not a millennial, so therefore my argument still stands. I don't know any good millennial defense lawyers. All right, there you go. I feel so proud now. I just feel so proud. But we need to teach and train Generation Z to replace the good ones. Because millennials, y'all done. This is it. Blech.
It goes.
He had the gun with him.
Your Honor, he is saying he wished he did so he could shoot people.
You know, there's a lot of difference between commenting about something when you haven't got a gun and threatening someone when you do.
You know, it's interesting, Your Honor, because the entire defense theory in this case is Joseph Rosenbaum, who was unarmed.
I want you to tell me what the defense theory of the case is.
May I respond to what you just said, Your Honor? I'd like to respond to what you just said.
Slow down, please.
I apologize, Madam Court Reporter, but I'd like to try and make a record without anyone interrupting me, if that's okay. I believe that there is a central part of this case that Mr. Rosenbaum is making threats that he has no ability to carry out. So, to your point, Your Honor, you're arguing that this August 10th incident, one aspect of why you don't believe it's relevant is the defendant didn't have the gun with him. This case is about someone who didn't have a weapon, and yet the jury is being told because of those threats, that means the defendant has to defend himself. So, with all due respect, Your Honor, mere verbal threats have already been shown to this jury and used as a basis for someone's subsequent actions. I am attempting with the defendant to use his mere verbal threat on August 10th, 15 days prior, that he's going to shoot shoplifters with his AR-15 to impeach the defendant in a murder trial. I would ask the court's forbearance to do that. I apologize, Your Honor. You're right.
Guys, do you understand how, first of all, what Kyle did was not premeditated? You understand this? None of this is even relevant. He didn't say, okay, Rosenbaum, you're going to call me, you're going to say, shoot me N-word twice. You're going to get mad that I put out a fire that you set. And then you're going to chase me and try to take my AR away from me. And then your boy going to sit up here and try to chase me as well and hit me in the head and try to hit me with a skateboard. And then the other one's going to try to kick me in the head and then get the side of me. And then the other one is going to come with a gun and try to shoot me. And then I'm going to, and guys, I'm telling you from personal experience, things happen quickly. There's another thing that they want to do is that this fool we watching right now, he wants to show the actual shooting in slow motion. Do you understand how prejudiced that is? Of course, me growing up, and of course, me being a police officer, I have been in many shooting situations. They go by fast, and they're trying to show that the jury that Kyle had plenty of times to go, I don't know if I should shoot you, or it's boom, boom, boom. You have to. Oh my God, I cannot begin to explain that you have to be quick on your feet. This is another reason why I'm against you guys smoking marijuana. Because your reaction time needs to be faster than that. It has to be fast. Before I even snap my fingers, you must already make a decision whether you're going to defend yourself or you're going to get taken out. And you have to assess that if you are in danger or not. You don't have time to contemplate that. And they give this false narrative that if we slow it down, that Kyle has an opportunity to adjust, to assess the situation and ponder it and debate about it. No, it happened so fast. And I'm so proud of him. Seriously, he is better than 80% of the men in this freaking United States of America, including the soldiers. Because I find a lot of right-wing conservative veterans are going against him. Those who, in addition to Black Rifle Coffee, by the way, it ain't just Black Rifle Coffee. So the thing about it is that, guys, I think unless you have been in a situation, you can't relate to Kyle. You can't relate to him. And to be fair, most of you can't, because you have not been in a situation where you have to choose either you get taken out or you take someone who's you take out somebody who's trying to kill you. You have to make that decision. And Kyle, at such an early age, made that decision, and he is on trial for it, for exercising his Second Amendment rights. So this is what I don't understand. This is why I'm like, I'm not impressed with his defense attorney team. I'm not impressed with these guys. They are do. All right, I'm gonna stop. This was so emotional. I'm not gonna watch no more of this. I'm sorry. I'm done. I can't. I'm just gonna watch the highlights because I'm tired. I'm tired of going through an emotional roller coaster of angry, sad, and furious, and then happy, and then like excited, and then angry, sad, and furious, and then crying. I'm tired. This emotional yo-yo is not good for me, so I'm done. I'll just tune in and for the highlights, and that's it. But today's the last day I'm watching this. I just can't do this anymore.
Probably should have brought this to your attention earlier. I may have misunderstood your ruling because I thought your ruling was if the evidence in this case made that more relevant, you would admit it or at least consider it an admittance. I believe, based on the evidence that we've heard, and more specifically exactly what the defendant said earlier about admitting pointing a gun at someone who was merely jumping or sitting on a car, that the door is open now to this testimony. And I continue to believe that his state of mind, his intent, his belief as to self-defense is the core of this case. That was the basis for my motion. You were strongly inclined against it. I understand that. But now we're in the middle of trial, and there's been a lot of evidence that's come in that I think makes this relevant. So I'm attempting to impeach the defendant on his beliefs. I believe I'm entitled to impeach the defendant on his beliefs and on his statements.
I'm going to interrupt you now because you're talking about his beliefs. I think that's what they call
his statements to Your Honor. Because he just said, can't use deadly force, can't threaten to use deadly force to protect property. So now I'm impeaching him on that.
Your Honor, the court has seen no reason to change its ruling. And just so this record is clear, in spite of the lengthy statement by Mr. Binger, before we started today, the court specifically stated in Mr. Binger's presence, there's been nothing to have me change any of my rulings. There have been numerous occasions during this trial where they've opened the door. The one time when they're going into Mr. Rosenbaum's the reason he doesn't like guns, and I said something, I whispered in Mr. Krause's ear, it's because of the prior convictions. Please stop, and he did.
I would have let that go through. That's what I'm saying. Don't help them. Let everybody know. Oh, you know what? Rosenbaum had just got out of the mental facility the same day. That's the reason why he had that clear bag, because he was just released. Oh, you know his girlfriend who testified? She put out a restraining order against him because he was whipping her ass. He was assaulting her. I was saying to myself, that was information I did not know until this week. That Rosenbaum, Mr. Shoot me N-word. has been committed in the nut house not once but twice. And the day that he got taken out, rightfully so by Kyle, he just got out of the loony bin. Tell myself I'm ready to die tonight, and I'm sorry. I'm glad Kyle obliged him and be like, well, I'll help you out. Come fuck with me. Fuck around and find out, and I will show you the way to hell with gasoline draws on. I would have let the jury know all about that, about Rosenbaum. Anyway.
He knows if you're going to go into something that's been excluded in a pretrial order, you better ask the court, you better get permission. This is ridiculous.
It wasn't excluded, Your Honor.
You know why it was excluded in the first place? Because it was propensity evidence. That is exactly what 90404 is designed to prevent. You're talking about his attitudes. His attitude is he wants to shoot people. Now, I've admitted that kind of evidence in other trials when it's been appropriate. I didn't admit it in this case because, to me, what I've heard in this trial, and by the way, Mr. Richards absolutely correctly points out that just hours ago, I said I had heard nothing in this trial to change any of my rulings. So why?
Testimony, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
That was before the defense testimony.
Don't get brazen with me.
These guys have no respect for authority. This is the reason why they're constantly talking about abolish the police. This is the generation. Get rid of the police because they're going to tell me what to do. I'm going to talk the way I want to talk to the judge because he can't tell me what to do. Anything of authority, they have no respect for. And you know where they got it from? They got it from their mama. They got it from their mama. Their mama. They got it from their mama. They don't respect their mother. So they ain't going to respect you or any other authority. And this guy, Mr. Entitled, I'm sure he took several gender study classes during his time in law school. Like the audacity. Listen, I know times have changed. And I know I'm not your average or was not your average teenager, but I used to love to go every Thursday to the criminal courthouse and watch a particular judge who was no nonsense handle criminal cases. He was like my version of a Judge Joe Brown, but he was very, very no nonsense. He was like, you ain't had no daddy. I'm gonna be your daddy today. You're gonna have to serve 2 years in prison. When you're gonna get out, you're gonna be probationary, and I want your probationary officer to come report to me. If you ever mess up on your probation, you're gonna be in here and you're gonna serve another 2 years. I'm like, this guy was awesome. And so during then, I loved the etiquette and the decorum that was presented in the courtroom. I never thought I'd see the day where I see the prosecutor talk disrespectfully like that in a condescending voice, undermining the judge. And he knows his case is gone. He knows he ain't got no case. He could get rid of the case right now. He could just say, I'm going to drop the case. I ain't got no case, but he won't because it's that arrogance. This is what happens when you give everybody goddamn trophy for participating in a sport. This is a participation trophy fucking generation right here. And you can tell just by their demeanor. So let's rewind that a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay, here we go.
I said I had heard nothing in this trial to change any of my rulings. So why?
Testimony, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
That was before the defense testimony.
Don't get brazen with me. You knew very well. You know very well that an attorney can't go into these types of areas when the judge has already ruled without asking outside the presence of the jury to do so. So don't give me that. That's number one. Number two, this is propensity evidence. I said at the time that I made my ruling, and I'll repeat again now for you, I see no similarity between talking about wishing you had your AR gun, which you don't have, so that you could fire rounds at these thought to be shoplifters, and the incidents in these cases, which are not, there's nothing in your case that suggests the defendant was lying in wait to shoot at somebody or reflecting upon the shooting for a vast amount of time. Every one of the incidents involves matters that involve seconds in time. So I commented at the time, I don't see the similarity, and I don't see the similarity now. If it's not similar, that's the whole rule. Those are all the exceptions to 90404. Check the authorities. Wigmore on evidence. Judge Weinstein, Colonel McCormick. It's the prior act has to bear the signature of the accused, or it has to be so similar as to suggest it's a common plan or something like that. You have an incident where he's making comments about some alleged shoplifters versus crimes that involve instantaneous actions, whether premeditated murder or whether self-defense. That's for the jury to decide. But I don't see the similarity. I said it couldn't come in, and it isn't coming in, no matter what you think. Number two, I have to be concerned that with what Mr. Richards has said about the progress of the trial, and when you were I said you were over the line, close to or over the line on commenting on the defendant's pretrial silence, which is a well-known rule. I'm astonished.
I know
that would have been an issue. So I don't want to have another issue as long as this case continues. Is that clear?
It is.
Thank you. Ask the jury to come back in.
it is not yes, Your Honor. It
Hi, everyone.
is.
George
Like,
Stephanopoulos.
it
Thanks
is.
for
It's
checking
clear.
out the ABC
Not yes,
News
Your
YouTube
Honor. Like,
channel. If you'd like to get more videos,
like,
show
dude, it is not yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. It is. He has no respect for authority. Yes, Your Honor. It is. No, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Is that clear? It is. All right. So I'm just going to give you guys a warning. I'm not going. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn my speakers down, and I'm gonna look away. I'm just gonna see out of my peripheral vision, and I'm just gonna warn you guys, cause this right here got my heart. And this is where I'm like, but I was so how come his defense didn't tell the judge, stop, can we just have a recess and we need some time for no. And it wasn't. I want you guys to look at this. Okay. I want you to look at Kyle. Just go there. Kyle leaves you. If you're really good at reading body language, look at Kyle's eyes. Kyle leaves that courtroom and he's back in Kenosha. He's back on his butt, like with his AR. He's there. He's there where he's being attacked by a mob and he's looking for help. He looks at his defense. He's constantly looking at his defense team to come save him. They don't object. They don't stop the situation. And it wasn't until he looked at the judge that the judge stopped it. Just watch it. I only seen it one time. I don't have to see it a second time. He kept looking at his defense team. And I think the judge was waiting for his defense team to stop it. No. The judge comes to the rescue. I would have never put my client through this ever. You don't have to do this to Kyle. You don't have to do this. And this boy at a young age, I know he's not 17 anymore, but he has an extreme case of PTSD. And I hope he's going through some psychological counseling right now. And you can see it, but I'm about to play it. I'm about to turn my things down. I'm not even going to watch it. I'm just going to watch you guys here on the team, okay, on here. And then I just want you to just watch his demeanor. And the video is like, is about, okay, I turned it down now, so I can't hear it. Is at the 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Here we go. Those of you who don't want to watch it, just turn it off and then come back in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Because I'm not even going to stop it because I'm not watching it. Here we go.
I step towards the Duramax, and as I'm stepping forward, I believe his name is now Joshua Zeminski. He steps towards me with a pistol in his hand, and as I'm walking towards to put out the fire, I drop the fire extinguisher and I take a step back.
Okay. When you step back from Mr. Zeminski, what's your plan?
My plan is to get out of that situation and go back north down Sheridan Road to where the car source lot number 2 was.
And did you get back? Were you able to go in a northerly direction?
I wasn't.
Describe what happens.
Once I take that step back, I look over my shoulder, and Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were there were 3 people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what That's where I run.
We're going to just take time for our break anyway. You can just relax for a minute, sir. We're going to take a break about 10 minutes, and please don't talk about the case during the break. Read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial.
Okay. So, you see what happened? You see what happened? He had to look at the judge for help. He had to look at the judge for help. Why you have to do that? That's what the defense team is supposed to be. Your defense team is supposed to do this. So, yeah. Remember, I'm never going to let this go, guys. I'm never going to let this go. I'm never going to let this go. Because one thing I can't stand is a freaking traitor. I hate traitors. I can't stand no goddamn traitors. And you mean to tell me that out of anybody you want to be behind, you can't be behind Kyle. You can't be behind Kyle. You can't be behind Kyle. Now the thing about it is that let's see. I'd rather look at the base judge right here. Is that you know, this case is just, I need you guys to understand, Kyle's not supposed to be on trial. He should have never been charged. We have gotten to the point where not everything is political. And the left made it this way. The left made it this way. I hate these people. I hate them. This is why when we start talking about Travis Scott, I don't care. By the way, I can't believe, we'll get into that in a minute. Travis Scott situation. But I don't care what happened to these people. I don't care. These people are so evil. And yet still, you guys think that these people should be born. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. I'll never let that go. I don't care if y'all get pissed at me or not. Kyle is only on trial because he is white. Yes, although a white Hispanic, he's still white. And the fact that the left cares that a white boy killed two other pieces of shit, okay? The two men he took out were not assets to society. They were the white versions of Ray and Tyrone. So I'm like, but I want you guys to understand, if Kyle was black, that's all y'all gotta do. You ain't gotta go through all this. Well, here's the laws in Kenosha, and here's the laws in Wisconsin, and here's the shelf of it. If Kyle was black, none of this would have went on. If you want to see if something is justice or not, switch the races. That's all you gotta do, is switch the races. If Kyle was black, we would not be having this problem. As a matter of fact, they'd be like, yeah, Rosenbaum deserved to get damn taken out. You chased a black man trying to take his rifle. All the white supreme pieces gathered around. Well, actually, I'm going to call them the right name. The white supremacists gather around and try to lynch Kyle. That's all they had to do. But see, wrong color. All you got to do is keep everybody race the same except for Kyle. Turn Kyle black, and I bet your Black Rifle Coffee would have been behind his ass then. This is a a black man has every right to defend himself, and that's what the Second Amendment is for. And he had to make sure that he wasn't going to get lynched, because this is the reason why that the KKK tried to disarm black people when they were free from slavery. The only thing that kept the KKK from lynching black people back in the day was armed black men. This is no different. Oh, Black Rifle Coffee would have been all for them back then. They would have been like, yes, we need to make sure that black men are able to exercise that Second Amendment. Oh, sorry, Kyle is white. Kyle's a white Hispanic. Wrong color. We can't stand by him. Disavow. Buy our coffee. If he, hold on, I got, who said this? Wait a minute. Oh man, where's that comment? Glenn, why isn't your comment? Oh, no wonder it's coming in a little slow. Hold on. Glenn said, Glenn. Okay, I'm gonna have to read it from here because it's, for some reason, it's not. It's my thing is over here. It's too. I lost your comment. Glenn says something about if he was black. Oh, here we go. If he was black, they would have put a statue up and gave him a check and a key to the city. No lies detected. No lies detected, Glenn. No lies detected. Glenn said if he was black, they would have put a statue up and gave him a check and a key to the city. No lies detected. None. No lies detected. All right, well, I'm about to go ahead and read some of the super chats here. But in the meantime, I want to show the image of, let's use a nice, pleasant picture of Kyle here. I don't want to see him crying. Poor thing. I'm not watching no more. I will look at the highlights. I'm done. Listen, I'm not a masochist. I'm not an emotional masochist. I'm not a physical masochist. I don't like pain, sweetie. I will give it, but I can't take it, honey. And I adore this young man. I really do, because I see a hope for the future. He's going to Valhalla when he gets older and passes away, okay? He's going to Valhalla. I see a good warrior. But the thing about it is I see a good warrior with a good heart. And I have to say this, I gotta be careful. I gotta say this though. I gotta say this, and I gotta be very, very careful how I say it. There are people in this world who are good to the core, and they have to do things that they don't want to do, but they have to do it in order to save their lives. And they hate that they had to be put in that situation where people died because they had to defend himself. Kyle is really good to the core. He is sad that he had to kill people to prevent them from killing him. But there are some people in this world who don't give a fuck, and we will never lose a goddamn ounce of sleep over taking a motherfucker out who tried to kill us. Now, maybe, are these type of people bad? No, maybe not. Who knows? But he is one of the good ones. Because there are some people in this world who would not give a fuck. You tried to kill us. Oh, well. Oh, fucking well. Sorry for you. Fuck you. Have a good time on your way to goddamn hell. If there is a hell. All right. So there's that. I just got to say, if you want to know somebody who's really, 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 really good to the core, this young man is that person. Is that person. All right. So let's see. I'm not going to do this anymore. So with that being said, I really am happy that you guys enjoy this. Stay tuned tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. for the Treehouse. By the way, I need to warn you, the Treehouse news are always uncensored. They're very vulgar. Not very vulgar, but they're not PC whatsoever. I say a lot of bad words, and I say a lot of politically incorrect words on there. So get ready to hear that. Always on the Treehouse News. And those are also available on my website exclusively. The live streams are always free, but the restreams on Wednesday and Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday will always be available on my website. So until then, I will see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mwah! Love you. Mean it. Bye.
Use code TREEHOUSE for free shipping.